Hey everyone, my name is Caitlin Rubenstein and I am coming to you from Forest Hills, Queens, New York. I'm super excited to share with you my YA list and I hope you enjoy it. So let's dive in. First and foremost, all of the slides that you are going to see today, you can download using this link. So let's take a second and grab your pen and just jot down this address, and anytime you go there, you'll be able to see these slides, download them, and sift through them. So you can grab the links that are coming up, you can grab the ISBNs for titles, make sure you search them for NetGalley. I can absolutely give you access there as well. So hopefully my chatting has given you enough time to write down this code. There's also my email at the end of this presentation. So if you didn't get a chance to write it down and you still need it, please do shoot me an email. First up is a new series. Well, actually it's an existing series from Workman, but we have new additions for high school students. So this is branching out from the middle school series, Big Fat Notebooks. It's the Everything You Need to Ace, insert subject here. We've got math, science, ELA, American history, world history, and coding, as well as computer science for the middle school audience. And now we're branching out into the high school audience as well. So we're starting off with chemistry and geometry. And these are really wonderful. They are perfect for, adding just a little bit of extra oomph for the at-home learners, especially during this time, whether you're hybrid, remote, in person. These are just really great resources for kids to have at home, for you to have in your classroom, for them to, have that 5 minutes to go, I really don't think I get that concept, and head over to one of these books, check it out in the index, find what they're looking for, and get tips and tricks to really kind of help that information sink in. So we've got chemistry, where you'll learn everything from the periodic table to the mole, which was one that I really had trouble with in high school. I actually randomly won some contest for the mole and got a bunch of candy, and I shared it with my class. But I remember that, and that's what these books are going to do. They're going to help this information stick and help kids really, really understand and be able to relate with the information. In geometry, you'll learn logic and reasoning, ratio, and much, much more. I've also listed here the sample chapter and table of content links. If you go to either of these links on this slide, you will be given a sample chapter and the table of contents for each of the books. Heading into fiction, this book is out already, so it's kind of interesting to be buzzing about it since it is already in publication, but it is just so good. Tigers Not Daughters is the third novel from Algonquin Young Readers by Samantha Mabry, and she is just a magical realism powerhouse. If you have not read her first two, A Fierce and Subtle Poison, and also All the Wind in the World, which was a National Book Award long list, I highly recommend. They're stunning, and Tigers Not Daughters does not disappoint. This follows four sisters. I'm not ruining anything, but one of the sisters dies in the very beginning opening chapter, and the rest of the book follows not just the mystery behind Anna, the one girl who died, Anna's death, but also the grief that her four sisters experience, three sisters, each of them kind of experiencing it in a different way. My favorite sister is Iridian. Everyone has a different one. A lot of people in the office really rallied around Jessica. I don't know, she just didn't resonate with me, but I feel like readers will be able to find themselves in at least one of these sisters, if not all four, throughout the title. I also love that intermittently there is this chorus of boys that live across the street from the Torres sisters, and they see things that not everybody sees. So you get more information about Anna, you get more information about Jessica, about Rosa, about all four sisters from them that you wouldn't hear from the first person perspectives of the girls throughout the book. So definitely pick this one up. 6-star reviews. Definitely not to be missed. It will stay with you and you will read it like that. It's so good. Next up, another fantastic powerhouse book, we have Furia. Furia was just announced as the September 2020 Reese's YA Book Club pick. It's the second title for Reese's YA Book Club. I really think, if that's not a selling point, it's already got a start review. A lot of good things going for this title. It takes place in Argentina. It follows Camila, and she is living at home with her mother and father and her brother, and she's hiding who she is. She has to play a role at home. She needs to be this certain person to fit into the expectations that her mother has for her. And she is also under the control and roof of an abusive father. So she's really kind of stunted where she is because of those two parameters, but she is hiding some big secrets. She is an amazing, amazing soccer player, a true rising star. And she's hiding that from her family, and it is really killing her. And of course, add on to a really wonderful romance on top of that she's also hiding. This story has so many levels and is so wonderful. It's truly a girl's journey to finding a way to reclaim and make her life her own. So I definitely recommend this one. Top of your list for sure. And if you email me, I'll be able to send you a NetGalley link, even though this is out now. So I do still have some secret access to NetGalley that I can send this out to you. Next up is Body Talk. This is also just out now. So this one follows the series that Kelly Jensen has been editing and putting out. So the first one was Here We Are, which was an anthology of stories, essays, comics, illustrations on feminism. The second is Don't Call Me Crazy, which was a Schneider Family Book Award winner of 2020. It is absolutely fantastic, and it really covers the scope of mental health and brings mental awareness to the conversation, and really opens up the conversation about mental health for teens and also for adults, I think, as well too. Just, it can be such a taboo topic, and I think it's really important to open up that discussion, and that's what Kelly does in that one. And of course, this one, Body Talk, which is talking about our radical anatomy. So this one is 37 voices, and this covers everything from size and shape to gender identity, body dysmorphia, eating disorders, all the way through, and also is inclusive to disabilities. So I would say, this is just the icing on the top of the series here. Every time one of these comes out, it explores and opens topics that are so incredibly timely and so needed to be a part of the conversation for teens. And again, like I said, also adults. So, this is wonderful teen nonfiction. And if you haven't interacted with Here We Are and Don't Call Me Crazy, I would say you should absolutely put those on your list as well. Next up, another anthology. We have Girlhood, Teens Around the World in Their Own Voices. And Girlhood is really just a beautiful compilation of everyday experiences from girls all over the world. These are collected in what looks like diary entries, and they also include photographs. The girls were given Polaroid style cameras, and they could take their own photos. So those have been included from Musuma, the author. Musuma is a journalist, and the way that she compiles this information really shows her expertise in taking the research and the information that the girls provided and presenting it in a way that feels so easy and wonderful, and really you're there with them is how I felt. It's really a great book for anyone who is looking to just connect outside of this virtual space that we have all been forced into. Having a physical book and being able to connect to people in this form on print is really special. So pick this up, portraits of ordinary girls from all over the world, as seen through their own eyes. And last, another anthology. I've got so many anthologies for you this time, but this one is truly special. So I have worked with Nova Rensuma before, and have been a very big fan of Emily X. Arpan. and they have teamed up. They are an amazing team. They created an awesome serial YA anthology for the web called Foreshadow, and Algonquin Young Readers is publishing it for the first time in print. So there are 13 short stories from brand new YA voices that you have never heard of before. And each of these new short stories and YA authors are introduced by a beloved legendary YA author. So authors like Laurie Halse Anderson, Jason Reynolds, Nicola Yoon, these are people that we trust in the YA space, and they are introducing these new visionaries in this world. There's tons of different types of fiction, from romance to magical realism. And what I really love about the book is what Emily and Nova have added to it, which are craft pieces. So how did the story come about? How do you start a story? How do you edit a story? How do you finish a story when you're stuck? They really dive into the writing of YA, not just giving you the experience to read YA, which is why we call this a celebration of the magic of reading and writing YA. So if you have anyone in your life, or know of anyone who's been coming to your library and is interested in writing, or anyone who is just a really big fan of some of these amazing authors, these are trusted authors giving you wonderful read-alikes. So definitely pick this up. Heading into a new imprint, if there are any science fiction fantasy fans out there, Erewhon is the imprint for you. I have 2 young adult novels to share with you today. The first is Rise of the Red Hand. I am obsessed with this one. I think it is so awesome. So Rise of the Red Hand takes place in the South Asian province. And it is divided in 2. In one half of the South Asian province, you have the Uplanders, and they live in the absolute laps of luxury. They are under a climate-controlled biodome, which biodome, the term just brings me back, but also super cool. And they're dependent on technology and also this really crazy gene therapy, which keeps them super, super young forever. And then you have the other side of things, which are the poor and forgotten, who are living in slums and working with black market robotics, as well as cyborgs, in conditions that they live in. There's rising seawater, there's unbreathable air. And there's deadly superbugs. How could I forget the deadly superbugs? This tale of these 2, divided areas in this world come to you from Olivia Chadha, and the main character is Ashiva, and she has decided to revolt against this. She's a part of the Red Hand, which is a group of revolutionaries, and she teams up with a hacker who happens to be the son of a very prominent politician on the Uplander side, which is very interesting. And they've decided to join forces and battle to really save their communities and fight the system. And of course, they uncover a very sinister, horrifying thing as well, which I will leave you with that cliffhanger. So keep an eye out for this one. Definitely, take a look for it. It's on NetGalley, and put it on your list. Last but not least, we have the Scapegracers. Scapegracers is out now. It's just, Erewhon is such a brand new imprint that I wanted to make sure that you knew about it. This one is the beginning of a trilogy, and it is so, so, so cool. I like to think of it as the craft meeting something like Mean Girls, except the group of girls that are a part of Sideways, who's the main character, a part of her group, they're all supportive. You're never dealing with mean girls battling each other. It's really an uplifting story. So even though they're like the popular witch coven, you get a lot of really great supportive female roles in this book, which is awesome. It's also LGBTQ focused. So I would say, you know, definitely put this one on your list. Keep an eye out for book 2, which I have already gotten a little taste of and am so excited to share with you. It's got 2-star reviews from Publishers Weekly and School Library Journal, and it is not to be missed. That's it for me. Thank you so much for having me virtually today. I cannot wait to meet you all in person one day. If you have any questions, want a galley, just want to talk to me about a book, or you know, ask me more questions about anything I talked about, my email is here, as well as my phone number. You can catch me in either of those avenues. I have 2 newsletters. One is all about everything from Workman, similarly to what you just heard from all of our imprints. And then the last one is for middle grade, but you guys are YA. But if you know of any middle grade readers that are interested, or librarians or educators that are interested in a middle grade newsletter, please shoot them my way. You can also follow me on Instagram and find me on Twitter, where I talk about Animal Crossing a lot because I'm super into it. But other than that, it's been really fun. This is my first virtual buzz, and I hope it went well, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thanks so much.